It was great. They don't have a lot of familiar faces on the team anymore, but it was good to see some old friends, especially the guys in the support staff. The equipment room, the athletic training room, video guys, all them. The Niners are a special organization for that, and they were my family for 5 years, and it was great to see a lot of these people. And rearranged the practice field a little bit, got a lot more grass around here. It was a good day.
Like last year, the Packers practice guys talked about that as, hey, we might have something here, kind of learn something about yourself. When you go up against a defense like this, is it kind of the same thing when you have success against them, that if you can do it against these guys, it's going to translate?
Yeah, I think so. At the same time, we started 0-2 last year, so it's August. What is it, 7th? I don't even know what day of the week it is, but we got a long way to go, and it certainly gives you confidence. It certainly does. It's good to see fresh blood and knowing they play a little bit realer football where the defense doesn't have the snap count, the defense doesn't know what the situation is. It's nice to test yourself out against stuff like that. But at the same time, we still have a month left to camp. We got a long way to go, and before we can even think about going against Tennessee.
How do you think you did today with your offense?
I thought we played pretty well. I think there's obviously things that we need to clean up, but I thought we got on them right from the jump. I thought we played really physical football. I thought Bo handled himself great getting us in and out of the huddle. I thought the operation was great, given that I think those speakers served as almost an away game atmosphere. Jay Bird was pumping the music in from the 49ers equipment room. But I thought it was a good day. I thought it was, obviously so much left to improve on, but it was a great first step.
Sean, you mentioned the music, yeah. Coach just said it was kind of driving him crazy. What do you think of it? Do they always play that at 49ers practice?
They did when I was here. Yeah, I think it flipped, so it wasn't always like right on you because normally it was from your side, so it feels a little louder when it's facing you. But no, it was fine. It's good energy. Certainly, it's entertaining for the fans that are here. But yeah, it was all good. It was a good challenge to communicate in the noise.
Sean was talking about how he and Kyle have a lot of respect for each other and the whole Shanahan family, and that respect may have carried over to the teams in the field, because you see some of these dual practices sometimes, and they can get out of hand, but I saw nothing like that today.
No, I think that was first and foremost, that was Sean's number one message, right? He's like, we're not flying across the country to get in fights, right? We're going to play football. We're going to do a clean operation. We're going to do our job, and that's what we're here to do. But certainly, like I said, to start this, the 49ers are a first-class organization because of John, because of Kyle, because of the York family. The guys that are here are good people, and so they understand how to be pros. We understand how to be pros, and it made for a good, clean day.
What do you think about getting work against Bosa? That's pretty good work.
Yeah, I did it for 4 years. Exactly. So it is very good work. He's one of the best in the world at what he does. And certainly anytime you get to have the opportunity to go against competition like that, it's very helpful. It's very valuable as you move forward, in the season. And Nick's been at the top of this league since he walked into the door, and I expect nothing different from him this year.
Did any impressions from you did some work against the rookie Mike Williams, their first draft pick, 98? Did you get any impressions on him?
He went down kind of early in team periods, but he looks the part. He's pretty impressive guy to look at. But then he has all the tools that you can see. There's a reason he was picked so high, and I know. Like I said, I was across from Chris Kasurek for 4 years, and I know how great of a coach he is, and he's going to get those guys going.
Like how long into camp, or when do you sort of get a feel for where you're at from just like a run game standpoint, and what you're going to end up hanging your hat on?
I think today was a good start. I think anytime you play something different than what you see every day, like I said, it was a little bit realer of a situation where they're not calling the period team run, and the defense is pinning their ears back and playing the run, and they actually have to think about things that are going on the field. It gives a little bit of the strength back to the offense in terms of how to balance the practice back out. I think today was a good start. I think it's been a focal point for us all throughout camp. It's something we talk about, both offensive line room, tight end room, receiver room, running back room. It takes all 11 guys to run the football well, and I think we're all taking a big part in that and big pride in that. And it was a good step forward today.
Like when you watch Bosa ability to extend plays and you go back and watch it on film, I guess how impressed are you when you see his ability to make that second play when the original one breaks down, and I guess how much does that elevate what this offense can do?
Well, it's everything. I think there's quarterbacks that have made a whole career on the second act of plays, right? I think certainly makes an offensive lineman's job a lot easier in terms of being able to save a play, being able to save a sack, being able to do all those things. Bo's a tremendous athlete. something he probably didn't get a lot of credit for when he was coming out. But you see it every day, and you saw it all last year. That spontaneity in which he plays with and get a little bit of the backyard feel is certainly something that's really helpful for our offense.
Sean made headlines. There's a lot of new faces here, but was there one teammate in particular you were looking at reuniting with today?
Well, it's good to see all the O-line guys. I spent a lot of time with Colton, Jake, Trent, Burford, Nick, Zakel, all them. It's Chris Furster. He coached me for 5 years. It was really great to see him again. But obviously, I played almost every other snap against Nick, so I was going to see him a lot today. And it was a good challenge and something that I was looking forward to because he's such a great player, and you want to play against the best every day. And it's good, valuable work, and hopefully he got enough out of it like I did.
Mike, Sean made headlines the other day by saying that he feels confident this roster can come back here and win a Super Bowl this season. As a player, as a leader, what do you think of him saying that?
I think it's great. I think everything you want your head coach to believe that. I think, and certainly send that message to the rest of the team, because if you don't start the season with that belief, it's really hard to get it as you keep going. I believe it. I believe that we're capable of that. I believe that the people that we have in our building, the coaching staff that's getting us to the right places. I think the sky's the limit for our football team, and certainly you want a head coach that has that kind of belief, has that kind of confidence in his team, and that just radiates throughout the whole team.
If the running game gets going and kind of builds to where you want it to go, what is the ceiling for this offense?
I guess I would like to say we're going to be at the top of the league. I think that's the whole goal, right? That's the whole goal. Every time you lace up your cleats is trying to be the best that you can be a part of the best unit in the world, and that's what you work for every day. I think we could. I think we have that capability. I think we can be as good as we can be, just by doing our job every day and detailing the things that we need to get cleaned up from last year, and just blocking the hell out of people. And I think we're excited for that challenge. It's something that we need to keep working on. But like I said earlier, today was a good step in that direction.
Time for some more. What if Dre and Huff brought to this team?
Well, certainly the energy. It's the energy that I felt from them as teammates here in San Francisco. They're such talented football players, but you can feel them on the field, right? Like when I was here, Kyle always used to talk about feeling you through tape. Like I should be able to put on the silent tape and know who you are as a person, and you can do that with Dre and Huff. Like the way that they've come in and taken their role with stride and being the same guys that they were here, they're going to help our football team tremendously.
Given your familiarity with BoSo, is there anything surprising from facing him today? Anything different in terms of what he's added to the game? Anything like that?
Well, it's just so hard to stick. Like he's such a great rusher. Like he doesn't stay blocked. But I don't think that's very different from the last couple times that I've faced him. Nick is just such a complete football player. When you talk about the defensive end position, like I think he's got every quality that you would want to be able to have. His ability to play the run and set the edge, his ability to get loose on third down, and be the focal point of a pass rush package that requires a lot of thought and a lot of preparation from an offensive line standpoint. And certainly he's going to be one of the reasons this team goes where they go. So Bosa's been, like I said, at the top of the league for a long, long time, and I don't expect that to be any different.
Like Bo said last time he talked to us that he, over the course of the offseason, felt some fear of not being enough, or that's always sort of on his mind about trying to ensure, like, for the rest of the team that he is enough. What, I guess, can you speak to, I don't know if you've sensed that, or just his sort of commitment to not just being the best player for himself, but seemingly takes it to heart, on behalf of you as well.
Well, I think all the great ones have that feeling. I think anybody that's had success and sustained success, especially in this league, you don't get motivated unless you have that little voice in your head that says you got to do more. This isn't enough. Now, you want to be able to control that to the point where it's not a detriment to you, because your greatest strengths sometimes, if they're undisciplined, can become your greatest weaknesses. But Bo has handled that line so well. He works tremendously hard and takes pride in being a great teammate and being the one in the forefront for us first. And the rest of his game follows suit after that. And I mean, the way he's come into this camp, the way he came into spring ball is tremendously impressive. And the Denver Broncos have a real shot because Bo Nix is our quarterback.